Yeah, easy. Yeah.
So good afternoon, Marc Smith from MAS Consulting. I'm absolutely delighted to be talking to you this afternoon, and also to give our listeners the just a really amazing understanding of your background. And so just in a bit of a nutshell for me, I mean, we've known each other about a year.
Yes.
Very interested in what you've been doing on social media, and I've been watching that obviously and seeing how you've been progressing with your own career and things that you wanted to achieve. So from a sort of, I'm not going to spoil it for everybody because I want you to tell it to them, but I know that you've just recently have yourself an international accredited coaching qualification, but that's not the half of it. There is an awful lot more to Marc Smith. So I'm going to bat it back over to you because this is all about careers, and then we'll come on to what your teacher said, because I'm very interested in a psychological point of view of whether or not what people say about you when you're young is actually a reflection of what you are when you're older. So so we'll go from there. So I'm going to bat it back over to you, Marc, and say just give us a potted history about your career, and then I'll come back to you and ask you some questions because I know there's quite a few things that I'd like our viewers to know about. So over to you, Marc.
Okay, well, firstly, thanks for inviting me on. I think it's brilliant.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my work career, when I left school, I went to college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. The only thing I did really want to do, I wanted to work for the customs and excise. I had this thing in my head where I wanted to work in airports and docks
Okay.
and searching stuff. I had to say this fancy about it. I loved it.
Yeah.
But I did that for a very short while, and then they no longer needed as many security staff to it. So totally by accident, I got into security. It was just a case of I could do 5 or 6 nights a week, decent money, easy work, and have my days free to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I only intended to do it for a couple of years, but I got into the industry at a point when it was transitioning from what you would call a bouncer to door supervisor, and it was actually becoming a lot more professional. So I stayed with it, and I got offered managerial positions and things like that.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I still kind of like had a time factor. I still thought, oh, I'll do five years or so. But it just kept expanding. It kept moving, different towns, different cities. I was enjoying it. I was meeting different people. And it got to the point where in 2006, I set up my own security company.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? There's money to be made. I enjoy it. I knew at that point I was very good at what I did.
Yes.
I brought a new approach to things because I was professional in my mannerisms. And I did that. And it was very successful. But then a time come where I thought, I think I want to do more.
Yes.
And although I enjoyed it, I wouldn't say I was passionate about it. My passion was boxing, fitness, events. So I started to create my own path within boxing, coaching, event management. And
so I've seen you actually pulling in lots of this sort of stuff on things like your Facebook pages, and I've seen you do like comparing in the evening at do's and things like that, which just really suits you well. And also helping young people with boxing and helping people with their fitness. So that's how I've seen you. I know that I've introduced 1 or 2 people to you and you to them as well. So so it's actually really interesting, isn't it, how you sort of arrive at this place and sort of go, wow, actually I'm quite good at this, and now this is really my passion, and how you grow into the next stage. And in actual fact, you've just missed out one point there, that somebody you actually looked after and provided security for was
Frank Bruno. Yeah.
There you go. So so we're not talking like standing on the local nightclub.
No.
We're actually talking like proper top performance security, really, aren't we? So it's just amazing what you've done. I know that a little bit. So back over to you in your boxing and the next step of your journey. Thanks, Marc.
Yeah, so the boxing side, I wanted to coach boxing, and I knew that I needed to get into. I needed to get the relevant fitness qualifications to do it, which was fine, and I enjoyed that. And what I wanted to do was to coach boxing to people that wanted to turn their life around. So,
Yeah.
For example, I went to the YMCA, did lots of work with the YMCA, and really aimed the coaching at 40, 50-year-olds, people that watch the big names on TV and sit on the couch and think, I wish I could do that. And what I wanted to do was give them the opportunity to do that, and that's what I did, and that's what I do, and I love it. It's incredible.
So when you've actually been doing boxing, because I know I've seen you sort of coaching a few people that I know sort of through business, and also there's some young people as well. But with regards to this group of people that you now see yourself with, was that the reason that you went into retraining, which is what you've done over the last year, I know, and with your current coaching qualification? So how's that going to impact this amazing thing that I see you do, showing people how to do boxing? I wish I lived a bit closer, because I'd love to come along and get in the boxing ring. Well, actually, probably quite not, but, but you know, how you help people to overcome their challenges, I suppose, that I've seen you actually do that in action. It's just incredible. So well done. And so now moving forward, you've just done this accreditation. So you tell us about that.
So they kind of like the accreditation are very hand in hand, in the respect that what was happening was I was coaching boxing, and I was realizing that because of my nature and the type of person I am, I really wanted to understand people. People were doing their training, and they were sitting down after and saying, "Oh, this has really helped me. It's been beneficial. It's got me out of a bad place." So I know exercise does that, but I wanted to understand more. And I thought, you know what? I really want to sit there and be able to say, well, I can help you more. Not just the box, I can help you more. But I didn't. I kind of like, I've been doing it all my life, but I didn't know the correct framework and the knowledge and to be confident to do it. So I thought, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to go away, I'm going to get accredited, get on the path of life coaching, because I truly believe that I had a lot to offer, and I have a lot to offer. So it kind of went there. So that kind of pushed me more into the life coaching.
And I know that there's very many sides to you, and people automatically have this assumption, don't they, if you're in boxing and everything, that you are sort of a bit heavy-handed and everything like that. But that's so not you. And that I can see, you're a really smart and intelligent man, and I've seen you work so hard with some people, which is just incredible. And it's really great to see. So tell us about this coaching moving forward then, because you've got a sort of a niche, I think, that you're going to be working in, which is sort of very mental health and fitness with.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to work out what my niche was, because I like to help everyone, but you can't help everyone. So
yeah, that's right.
It was so I narrowed it down. I thought, you know what I equate to best was middle-aged men that get stuck in a rut, lose their way in life, and want to do more, but don't have that confidence to do it. So I've honed it down to middle-aged men, and also people that have entrepreneurial aspirations. Many a time I've been sat with friends, they say, I'd really like to do this. I'm like, you can do that, but they just need that little bit of encouragement. So middle-aged men, entrepreneurial aspirations, and fitness. And I'll continue to do the fitness and be a massive advocate for fitness over mental health. So
So and that's really fantastic, because in a mentoring capacity, I look at people when they're sort of at quite a senior level in their business, and they still get stuck there as well. So if people are very entrepreneurial and you can help them with their ideas and starting off and really putting them into a really great place, it's no different than when they're in a different place anyway. When they've been successful, or all that type of thing, they still have the same problems or the same issues that they want to get through, but obviously they've just gone through that journey, and they get stuck again sometimes, which is I will pick them up. So and then you're doing something else, I think, as well, on a Sunday morning. You're doing which is very amazing, because everybody else sort of has a lion on a Sunday.
I know.
Goes to the gym. So what are you doing on your Sunday, Mark?
So as I started the life coaching journey, I suddenly entered a world where networking with other life coaches, and there were some that I really connected well with. And there's a lady that is in San Diego, and we created coffee and chat. So every Sunday morning, coffee and chat with Mark and Cisa. And what it is, we get guests on there who maybe have faced adversity or basically success stories, physical, mental, whatever. And we just talk to them, and it's all about sharing positivity and great vibes, but from real case people. So every Sunday, I love it.
And what time do you start on Sunday with that? Then it's Mark and Cisa. It's Mark, you're Mark with a C, and I think it's SISSA, isn't it? Mark and Cisa.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so, what time is that on a Sunday?
11 o'clock every Sunday.
Yeah, so highly commendable. Well done, you. And
so
who have you actually met as part of that? Who's sort of been quite inspiring for you as well?
We were the first one. We had a guy on there called Keith. He was a poet. He lost his way, went to prison, and rebuilt his life. Crazily. We had a lady on there who's she helps females with sexual empowerment and different things that people have, and some domestic violence. And then last week we had a guy on there called Rob Franks, who I actually know very well. He's an amputee boxer and a cricketer. So we talked to him about his journey and what keeps him going, what keeps him positive. So that's it. We've done 3 episodes so far, and we've got a good one coming up this week. And
have you? Don't tell us. We'll have to come watch it.
I won't.
So tell us a little bit about you then, Mark. So you've been through this whole life journey really, and you've sort of come back to this place where you're actually doing something you obviously and clearly are quite passionate about, and people will see that from this conversation that we've had today. Feeling passionate about helping other people is really commendable. In my network, I've also got somebody who helps people in sort of that are in prison, to when they come out, how they can be better with that. So Mike can even connect you two guys together. But and with your background, that might be quite useful. So what about you as a person, Mark? What sort of makes you tick apart from this? Is it physical fitness for you? How do you do? I know you go running every day, you go miles.
Me as a person, do you know what? I'm just a normal guy that appreciate honesty, appreciate good morals, and just appreciating the little things. I mean, we touched on this before, but years ago I was more concerned with the image, and I think partly where I live, the town we live in, I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes, but image was a big thing to me, but it's not anymore. Image is nothing. I have no concern with it. And the material stuff, yes, it's nice to have money and stuff, but I'm so now concerned just with being happy, well, and around a small circle of people, and just sharing that positivity and just good vibes, and just taking and appreciating every day and being grateful.
That's it. And I think it's that grateful thing, isn't it, that is certainly coming to the fore, certainly in the situation that we've been in over the last few weeks, is it's actually made us all realise, that we can actually be somebody quite different than the world has perceived us to be in the first place. And I know that, from this sort of character and this warm persona that you have with people, that you've been invited to compare at events. Tell us a little bit about the events that you might be at. I think we just lost you there a little minute. Okay.
So just briefly. So I've been really grateful to be invited to schools to talk to children, but also talk at events, just like motivational speaking. And they're not things that I ever imagine me doing. I got asked to do it. Someone recommended me, and I was like, oh wow, I was a little bit scared to be honest. But once I did it, it just felt like the most natural thing ever. And it was like amazing. So school talks. I literally yesterday, someone asked me if I could do a school talk when the schools reopen. So schools, different businesses, different venues, and different evenings. But I'm looking to do more of it because I said I really, really enjoy it. So,
and you're very good at it because you actually draw people out of themselves, and because you have a genuine interest in people, and certainly now with your new qualifications that you've got, you'll know all the right things to be asking people, and it's now got some more structure for you, and that's really amazing. And at the start of your journey here, I'm very privileged that that you've come and had a chat with us, because I've watched your career quite quite avidly over the last 12 months just to find out which way you were going to go with it. So really well done with that. So in the evenings when you do your comparing it, sort of, what are the events that you've been doing? What have I seen you doing there? Are those sporting events, usually sporty questions?
So the last couple of events that you would have seen were one of them was a sporting event. It was talking about boxing, but more importantly, it was actually for anti-knife crime. But it was a boxing event, but how boxing helps with mental health, to keep people motivated and focused and strong. And then I did one before, and that was with a panel of sports persons, again talking about sports and how it affects and has great effects on people. But they've both been for like charity based. I say the last one was really important to me because it was about knife crime and this increasing problem that is around the world, but we have it here. So it was nice. It was kind of like saying, you put down the weapons and be more confident in yourself. And if you need to learn a skill, boxing's a great way. Disciplined and it's respectful.
Yeah, and I think that's what's come across for me certainly over this period of time that I've known you, is helping people with that discipline and through boxing and moving it forward. So Marc Smith, Marc with a C, so everybody can find you. It's MAS Consulting, and that's you've got Marc and Cisa on a Sunday. So a real nice package of information there for people to go, and that's on Facebook actually, isn't it, on Sunday? So that people can actually follow you. Marc, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I know we've been trying to catch up for a little while now, but we've all been so busy and it's been a very odd time, hasn't it, for everybody? And only really want to wish you so well with your new add-on career, because I know that you're going to be absolutely fantastic and be able to help people. So I'll put the details in the biog when we come to write it up so that people can contact you. So just to say thank you very much, Marc Smith. That's okay. Nice to speak.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay, we'll see you again really soon.
Thank you.